Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and cover the basics of the new Corsair. A lot of these skills are being worked on, they're being changed every other day, so like, know that they're going to be a little different than what they are now, but core mechanic-wise, this is probably what you can expect. So, first off, my skills are a little broken right now because I learned them before they were changed. Now, Tase and Napalm Shot both only go to level 5. Smash Bullet also only goes to level 5. So, as a result, their damage is being adjusted to where level 5 is as strong as level 15 plus for each of them. Each of them is very strong. These numbers are not accurate to what they do now. Quick in the Dead is also moderately strong. It's more of a mobbing skill. Full Metal Jacket, it would be very strong, but weaker than the other ones. It's normal physical damage, fire damage, lightning damage, earth damage, and then just physical damage. Now, I'll just show the skills in action. So, like I said, it's very strong. Now, keep in mind, like, I can't cancel this attack. Like, I'm moving as fast as I can between shots. It has a long animation. Not so much an animation, but a long animation lock. But the damage is there, obviously. 20 million with a build that is not built to deal high damage. And I can obviously use my one concentrated shot and bump that up to 100 million. I couldn't even see the full damage there. It's strong. It's free. I'm just gonna have to deal with the long setup before the shot actually goes, and the fact that you can't get out of the animation. Now this skill is actually relatively quick, and it's a mobbing skill. You know, it's good. It's free. But the bread and butter is each of your elemental shots. Each of these is going to require, technically it already requires ammunition, but I have unlimited ammunition because test phase. I was given the luxury of infinite ammo injection. In the normal game, you'll get them from pillaging, you'll get them from certain mobs in the game, will just drop them for everyone, and then people will sell them or buy them if there's a market for them. Like, I'm assuming people are going to buy them because they're all very good. Anyone that has the money will probably have a Corsair. So, these are very resistant to fire and physical. Currently, Napalm is physical, but even so, for the weakest of the three skills that you get for free at Circle 1, it's very strong. If I go and take this to mobs that are not high defensive, it'll pretty much guarantee one-shots also. You can boost it up with concentration. Good skill. Simple skill, not that complicated. The hitbox, if you've used Napalm Shot before, it's a little iffy because it'll always turn you to face the target that you're aiming at rather than the direction you're currently facing when you shoot it. So, just show that here. I did not turn around there. It turns me to face the target. If I'm aiming at that enemy and I try to, well, if I try to shoot those, I will always aim back at the ones over there. So just be aware that it's a little disorienting if you think you're aiming at a big pack and then you're locked onto a target behind you. Tase, it's just chain lightning. Like, I could try to sell it to you, it's just chain lightning. It's chain lightning from a bullet, it does good damage. It does... I don't think it gains the bonus damage from freeze. Technically, you probably wouldn't use this for mobbing all that much. You could, and if the enemies are weak to lightning, it would be a good choice. It hits based on your AoE ratio, so you can make giant piles, and it is very generous on the way that it picks its next target. If I can get a big pile, I'll show this. Just, this dungeon is kind of sparse. But basically, every time it chains, it looks within a fairly reasonable radius to find another target, and because of that, you can have it chain over very long distances. Like that. Like, I know it hit mostly in that area, but it also came all the way over here, hit this thing, and then jumped back over into the pile. It's very strong. It's very good. Where they're weak to lightning, it's going to be amazing. In general, you're probably going to spend most of your time napalm shot. Damn, it's going to be the most common. It's plenty strong. All of the skills are good, but, you know, I'm just going to be honest. A lot of your time is going to be napalm shot. Unless you've got a lot of money to just burn on ammunition. Now, the last skill, it's technically meant for just Omni skill. It works for mobbing, it works for bossing. It's only for bossing. Like, I'm gonna be honest, it is not a good choice for mobbing. Now, it's been changed a couple times. Sometimes it's better for mobbing, but it's never good for mobbing because of the way it works. I need a big pile to really showcase it, and once again, I could use a little more mob density. Though, I guess you wouldn't really be coming here for mob density in general, because the enemies are very durable. And you're only really here for EXP, but here we go. So, there's a lot going on here. Because I have them pinned on this bridge, the AoE damage is actually decent. I wouldn't say it's good, but it's decent. But part of that is because the target I'm hitting is being killed, and that's one of the things that makes it kind of awful for mobbing. If it kills the target you're hitting, or if it gets them to a certain HP threshold, it immediately kills them, and... well, it doesn't immediately kill them, but for these mobs it does. It does a big hit of damage, which I will show on one of these. You see that final hit of 10x damage, 10x what the normal damage is. That happens at the last hit of the effect. So the enemy you shot is basically what is spawning all of those rocks. And if they die, obviously you no longer have any of the spikes coming out. You lose out on the AoE damage. The damage is good, but these are going to be the rarest bullet, and the only way you really get good damage is if you, like, pin everything up against the wall so that the rocks can only spawn in the playable area. So, if I take a decent-sized pile over into a corner, you'll see that all of the rocks are going to spawn right on top of them. And keep in mind, this is currently not able to crit. It will be able to crit later. That's going to make it even stronger. You can get good mob damage out of it for piles. The problem is just going to be the cost of the ammo and the fact that it has so much damage potential on the final hit on a single target that you're going to want to just stockpile these for bosses. Like, this is going to be your bossing skill. Unless there's, like, an area where the mobs are ridiculously strong and they're weak to earth, most of the time you're going to be using these for your mobbing skills at most. Probably mostly just sticking in napalm, and then saving this for a boss rotation so that you can save some of your smash bullets. Because, again, rarity. It'll depend on how common they are. A lot of that stuff we don't know yet. But just knowing that they're going to be rare, all of the bullets are going to be rare, and these are going to be the rarest. And the way that the bullet functions just does not justify using normal mobs. So, that's the kit. I mean, I'm kind of happy with it. Like, I like what it does. Obviously, it's going to continue to be adjusted. The scaling on these 3 bullets, each of them, I believe, is going to be magical. This one is still physical. This one is magical, and this one seems to be true damage rather than magical or physical. When all is said and done, I'm pretty sure all 3 of them are going to be magical. They're going to be able to crit naturally. And the... what is it? Max level on each of them, I've already mentioned, is going to be 5. There's one more thing I needed to cover. Oh, that's what it is. You will also have the attributes for them. So they're strong now, and I'm missing 60% damage. So the attributes are not added yet. You can't get them from the master. I haven't tried going to the Bullet Maker Master and seeing if he'll just learn the attributes. I doubt it. So just be aware of that. The attributes are not in the game yet, or not moved to the correct class. That's another 60% total damage. And just to reiterate one more time, this is not a good build. This is good damage, and like Matador is fine as a class. Like if you want to play the Matador, it's good. But Matador does nothing for synergy with everything else. It's kind of just, I wanted to see what it did and see how it played. And, it's good. This is a little ridiculous. If you get a high roll on hits, it's very good damage, but functionally it does not bring anything to the table. Realistically, I would go Fencer 3 if I was going to use Rapier. And because, that's the other thing, I don't know if I mentioned this, but on top of being magical attacks, each of these will scale with your magic attack itself. I might not have mentioned that, I'm just going to cover it one more time just to be sure. So, I don't have a lot, but obviously, you're not going to build 4 magic attack. I guess you could, but they scale better with physical attacks. It's just the magical attack is a icing on top. And since you don't need your main hand, you'll be able to, like, I'm just using this because it's the weapon I have, the weapon I made. The best weapon is probably going to be the Mage Slayer, or it's something like that. There's the Mage Slayer, there's the Mage Sword, and then there is just maces. Any class can use a one-handed mace, because each of those is going to give you magic attack scaling, so you're actually going to get something in magic attack, whether or not it's a lot. Really depends on your build. If I went Knack, I would be able to go higher end, which I'm actually really high end right now. This is because I was Knack, but because I wanted to go Matador 3, I did not get Knack. And it's kind of in a really odd place where you can't get, like, there's so many ways you could make this ridiculously busted, but you can't actually fit it all into the build. The only way that you can go, like, all in on Corsair is to give up any other offensive skills. So you're just going to have Full Metal Jacket and Quicken the Dead as your main skills. Like, you have that, and you have your ammunition-based skills. You're always going to be using ammunition if you go for something like that. It'll be very good, but I kind of like the idea of having some other skills. Something I can use when I'm not wanting to piss away all of my farmed up ammo. And, it doesn't matter what you pick. Every class has some sort of skill that is going to be viable for farming. So yeah, it's good. Expect some changes. Functionally, it'll be the same. There are much better ways to build it than what I've done. This is going to be the boss snooker of Swordsman class. Like, nothing is going to compare with a Corsair with unlimited ammo. Now, whether you can afford unlimited ammo or not, that's going to be determined when we actually see the drop rates and whatnot. But for now, I'm getting pinged, so later.